everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic.com, back again with another news update. We have some news on Brock Lesnar and his next scheduled appearance in a major WWE event, a big title defense, as it were. We also have news on the rumoured Extreme Rules main event, or some potential main events for Extreme Rules, as per the advertising of the venue, the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And finally, we're going to take a look at the NXT TakeOver Chicago 2 card, which is taking shape in the run-up to Money in the Bank. Of course, that will take place the night before Money in the Bank. So let's crack straight on with it and take a look at all of the news. First of all, that Brock Lesnar news via the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which seems to believe that Lesnar's next big appearance, big title defense in WWE of his Universal Championship will be at SummerSlam. We've got to wait a few months for Lesnar to get his boots on again. Lesnar's he's some kind of master businessman, I guess, because he's not having to do very much at all. Who will take that Universal Championship from him? We don't have a potential name yet as to who will be challenging him for that title, but if it's Roman Reigns again, I won't know what to do or think. Now, I actually don't think it will be Reigns again. Surely Reigns has lost enough times now and has been sort of quietly transitioned into that feud with Jinder Mahal. Surely it won't be Roman Reigns again. Reigns lost to him at WrestleMania, he lost to him at the Greatest Royal Rumble, sort of, and he lost to him years ago. Well, he lost to Rollins when Rollins cashed in at WrestleMania 31. How many more chances can Roman Reigns have at Brock Lesnar? I don't quite understand. Out of people that I'd want to see challenge Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, but the forerunner in my mind on the Raw roster is, of course, Seth Rollins, but he's the Intercontinental Championship, the Intercontinental Champion, at the moment. But if there's a few months for him to lose that belt and then transition back into the proper main event scene, challenging for that Universal Championship, as I hope he will. He is now being considered widely by many people online, fans and critics and all sorts, to be the frontrunner of WWE right now, certainly on the Raw brand. It's probably himself and AJ Styles over on SmackDown. Moving a little bit further back from SummerSlam to Extreme Rules, that pay-per-view in between SummerSlam and Money in the Bank. Apparently, the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania has been advertising some matches for that event, but let's remember, the card is always subject to change, not just because of potential injuries and suspensions and that sort of thing, but also if WWE just have to change their booking for whatever reason. But at the minute, this is what the PPG Paints Arena are advertising. And I should mention, by the way, that if you don't want to know, skip a little bit ahead in the video right now. So it seems as though the big Raw match, the big match on the Raw side of things for Extreme Rules, is a bit of an odd one. It appears to be a 6-man tag match between the babyface team of Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley against Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens and Jinder Mahal. It's one of those cases where WWE kind of take 2 or 3 feuds that have all been floating around each other and just mash them all together and put them in a 6-man tag match against each other. I firmly believe that if this match is true and if this advertisement is correct, that means that it'll have some sort of stipulation attached. Surely that won't just be a straight up Raw style 6-man tag team match. Surely it'll be like a no DQ or some kind of Extreme Rules variant, leading to a lot more unique spots and a lot more unique action than you typically see from such a match. But the important thing as well to note is, I saw this on Wrestling Inc., WrestlingInc.com, who speculated that because this is the biggest Raw match on the show, then the whole show itself will probably be main evented by a WWE Championship defense, which will obviously place AJ Styles, if he is the champion at the time, against a number 1 contender. Could it be Styles? It could be Shinsuke Nakamura should he defeat AJ prior to that in that last man standing match at Money in the Bank. Speaking of last man standing matches, now it's time to talk about NXT TakeOver Chicago 2, because originally this whole Johnny Gargano-Tommaso Ciampa rematch was apparently rumoured to be a last man standing match before the main roster took that idea and used it for AJ versus Shinsuke. This has now been rebooked as a street fight. Gargano has signed his contract, and we don't quite know yet on NXT what Ciampa's done with his contract. He hasn't officially submitted it to Regal yet, I guess. So there could still be a few more twists in the tail before we get to TakeOver. But the rest of the card is starting to take shape as well. So I'm just going to run through a few of those matches now. Not a few of them. I'm going to run through all the ones that have been confirmed. So the first match that was confirmed for the show overall was Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan against the Undisputed Era for the NXT Tag Team Championship. We've known that for a week or two now. I should point out, we've known quite a few of these for quite some time, but if we're not looking at spoilers and we're just going by the sort of the weekly episodic revelations, then we've known about that for a little while, but a few more this week were revealed. We've got Lars Sullivan taking on Aleister Black for Black's NXT Championship. To me, that seems like a pretty straightforward title defense for Aleister Black just to continue his momentum as champion. I'd be very surprised if they put the title on Sullivan. Not that I don't think he's great. I think he's a fantastic monster heel. Also, we've got a burgeoning rivalry between Ricochet and the Velveteen Dream. The pair have challenged each other to a singles match, and that has the potential to be absolutely fantastic. Ricochet, one of the best high flyers in the world. Velveteen Dream, not as much a high flyer, but just one of the most promising young wrestlers in wrestling today. He truly has a knack for professional wrestling, and it'll be wonderful to see how he continues to progress. In the NXT women's division, Shayna Baszler successfully defended her women's title against her number one contender, Dakota Kai, but then she was jumped afterwards and sort of challenged in a way, not in an official way, but it looks like this woman is next in line by Nikki Cross, and everyone loved that idea. The crowd were huge, like they were popping for it. Mainly because Nikki Cross is so easy to get behind as a babyface. She's frantic and manic. I also really like the size difference here. Baszler is obviously very imposing, whereas Nikki Cross is a wee little small woman, but you know, equally as ferocious as Baszler, if not more so. So look for that to be made official in the coming weeks, although nothing has been announced yet. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching this news piece. I've been Jack from Cultaholic.com. Check me out on Twitter at JackTheJobber. You can follow all of us at Cultaholic, and if you want to, you can check out Patreon as well, patreon.com/Cultaholic. And never forget, obviously, of course, to join us.